In this video, we are going to see how to download the Visual Studio and how can we create first file for the C++ programming. So open the google.com and then search for the Visual Studio. Okay, and then there will be a list of relevant results here on the screen. Okay, so click on the first link, which is Visual Studio .microsoft.com. so click on this link and you will see a new tab here. Okay, so from here just scroll down and you will see three different downloading options: the Visual Studio, the Visual Studio Code, and Visual Studio for Mac system. Okay, so we need to download it from the Visual Studio option, and here you can see three different options in the drop down list. One is the community, professional, and enterprise. So we will download the community, which is the open source and free for individual developers and academic uses. For example, the students can use it free of cost, and faculty member and other academician can use it, and it's open source. Okay, this is the professional one. It's for the individual use, but it is not free of cost. Okay, enterprise is for the organization level. Okay, and it is also a proprietary system and you need to purchase it for your organization. So we need to download the community 2019. Okay, click on this drop down list item here. Okay, here you can see just at the bottom of the Google Chrome that the file has been downloaded, and we need to click this exe file. Okay, this is asking for the permission. Yes, and this again is asking for the permission, so continue the process. Okay, so what it will do is to download the necessary files for the installation, and then will install those necessary files onto your system. So ultimately you will see this window application on your screen, on your desktop, and on your computer. Okay, so here you can see there are two tabs: the installed and available. And installed, we can see the Visual Studio Community 2019, and in available we can see Visual Studio Enterprise 2019 and Visual Studio Professional 2019. And with the both of these options we can see the installed button. So it means that these two versions are still needed to be installed and downloaded and to be purchased, but as this is not our need, so we do not install these two available version of the Visual Studio. While in installed you can see Visual Studio Community, we see it in installed because I have already installed this version of the studio from the available tab. So it was also available, the community version was also available here and listed here, and I just click on the install for the community version, and it became installed in after installation of the community version of the Visual Studio. It listed here in the install tab. Okay, you can modify and add some different components to your Visual Studio. You can see there are a number of workloads then you can add to your Visual Studio. So how can you add it? Just by clicking the check box here with each workload, you can check it. Okay, so the most desirable components, the workload, should be checked here, and then you can just come to the right bottom portion of this application screen and click on the modify button. Okay, so modify means that all these checked components will be installed into your Visual Studio. So Okay, so as these are not our requirements, okay, so the requirements which you have installed uh, in the Visual Studio will be always available with check marks. So you can see here that .NET desktop development is already available in our Visual Studio. I have also installed this workload in the Visual Studio. Is this desktop development with C++ is essential component for our C++ programmings that we will use our Visual Studio for developing C++ files, projects, and other applications. Okay, so this is necessary components and should be checked, and then should be click on the modify at the right bottom portion of this window. So then then it will be installed into your Visual Studio, and then we will be able to write down some, and to create some C++ applications. But we remember that sometimes, and for most of the times, whenever you install a new workload or component into the Visual Studio, it always asks to reboot your operating system. So after rebooting, the concern the concern component and the Visual Studio will work for you, and you can then use it for your purposes. Okay, so we have already installed the desktop development with C++ into Visual Studio. So close this window, and this was a modify button. Okay, now we need also to close this window as well. If you don't, so it's up to you. Then you need to go to this start button, the window start button, and search for the Visual Studio. Okay, Visual Studio. Here you can see the Visual Studio installer, which is already in the background. You can see here, this is the Visual Studio. Sorry, this is the Visual Studio installer. So no need to open it again. We need Visual Studio 2019 to be open, and we want to use it for the C++ programming. So click on this. Now you can see another window here, and from here we will create a new project from the right side listed options. So click on the create new project. Here you can see, I'm sure you will be able to see, this is the create new project. Okay, so you can click on this option. Okay, and from here we need to create a console application using C++. Okay, console application, you can search here console app. Okay, so this is actually the console app for the C++ programming. Okay, now here you can see it, this one, this option is the console application that we want to create, like Hello World and other desired programs using C++. So we need to click on this option and then click on the next button just in the bottom right bottom portion of this window. Okay, click on next. Then we need to name our application the console application 2. So the location where your all programs and projects will be saved is this is the address of that location, Okay, if you want to change it, so you can just locate any other location here. Okay, so this is the solution name. Okay, and just create this application so that we may start our programming. So this is the the Visual Studio, and this is the first file. This is the first and new C++ file that has been created here in the Visual Studio. Okay, the console application 2.cpp. .cpp is the extension for the C++ programming. Okay, So this is the programming panel where we can program or C++ using C++ language. Okay, just on the right side you can see the thumbnail of your programming, so you just scroll up and scroll down with your programming by focusing some of the areas. Okay, if you move to the most right side here, you can see the solution explorer, where you can see a number of the folders that are available to facilitate you while you program your project. Okay, so actually .cpp file is reside inside the source file, and here is that file. Okay, so by clicking by file you can see the code inside your file. Okay, there are a number of references that are available. The reference that can be available with your programs. Okay, but still but at this time we don't have any references. Okay, external dependency means there are some the built-in libraries that we need to include in our programs, just like IOStream. So IOStream is one of the dependency, the library that we have used here, by including the hash include reserve words. Okay, you can also point it here, the IOStream. Okay, so this is the file, and when you click this file you can see that file has already opened here in this panel. So you can see the abstract coding here in this file. You will not be able to see the definitions of each function here, but you can see the abstract view of each function, only the declaration of those. For example, this is the cout be using, and this is the cn that we will be using for the input from the user. Okay, so close this file and click on this. Okay, so come back to the original file. Here we have two options to introduce the standard library. The one is already been mentioned here, and the second is using name. Okay, one of the big advantage of the Visual Studio is that it always helps to open the IntelliSense window while you write any reserved keyword. Okay, or any user defined variable that you have already defined. Okay, so name space, you can see just below in the IntelliSense window here that it has given us the option to write it down completely with a single click. Okay, so using namespace std, yes, std, and terminator. Okay, one of the main advantage of the using Visual Studio, that using namespace has still incomplete statement, because we haven't mentioned the semicolon here. Okay, so the next line has been underlined with the zigzag red line, so it represents that there is an error just before this statement. Okay, so this is very intelligent IDE for for C++, for other languages like C# and Python, etc. Okay, so by introducing the correct syntax here, std semicolon, and you will see that the underline has been just disappeared. Okay, so it is very intelligent. Even during writing it shows the errors, the bugs in your code. Okay, so as we have introduced the using namespace std, there just below the hash include, so we don't need to write the standard library here with the scope resolution operator. Okay, so how can we build, or how can we debug this or compile this cpp file? You just need to go here. Let me show you. You need to go there. Here you can see a button with run notation and local windows debugger. Okay, you just need to click on this button and you will see that your program will be compiled and that file will be converted into the exe file as well. Okay, so let's begin the compilation by clicking this button. Oh, good. So this is the exe file. Okay, just like other IDEs, the Visual Studio has also created, the exe file and has opened it for us in the console window. So what was desired in our C++ program is to print out the hello world on the console screen. Okay, we can also debug our system by introducing, the breakpoints. We can introduce the breakpoints, and through those breakpoints we can control the execution even inside the program. Okay, let's see an example for this. For integer, for example, a is equal to 0 and a is less than 5 and a plus plus. Okay, so you can see here that this loop will execute for at least 5 times. Okay, it means that cout will be printed 5 times on the screen, but I want to see in each iteration what happens with the variables and how can we see the values inside the variable that actually updates in each iteration. Okay, so click on this button. Good. Here you can see that on the black screen there is nothing. Okay, because our execution is waiting here on this line on the for loop. Okay, so you can just come to the menu up above. Here you can see that there is a step into, means if there is a function, so it will move inside into the function, and if you want to just step over a function. Okay, but anyhow you can use one of these options for the time being. Okay, so step into the function, F11 is a shortcut for this. Okay, now you can see that our loop has been executed. We have just clicked this step into button, the execution was moved to the next line here to this for loop. Okay, and at the bottom here, okay, this is the small window panel. Here you can see that in initial and in the first iteration the value of a, this is, you can see here, the value of a is 0 and the type of a is integer. Okay, so now click again on the step into, and we will see here that the value of a will be updated to 1 because a plus plus will be executed. Then even you can see the value of a if you take your cursor up above the variable. Here you can see. Okay, and one of the interesting point here that you can also update the value by yourself by just putting, update the value from 0 to 6. Okay, so you can also do it by changing the values here in the IntelliSense window. So it means that Visual Studio gives you a lot of the supports through which you can debug your system, through which you can see the execution, through which you can see and watch the values of each and every variable in each iteration. So you can actually will be able to see the execution inside your program. Okay, so it's really interesting way of writing a program using the Visual Studio. Okay, so if you want to update the value of 0 to 1 by manually even during execution, so you can do it. For example, I want to make it 3 and just press the enter. Okay, now the value of a is 3, and even here you can update the value from 3 to, for example, 2. Okay, now if you come back to the variable, so you will see that the value of a has been updated to 2. Okay, in first iteration we have seen that cout has been executed for once only, and you can see here. Okay, so it shall be, printed out again and again until and unless this condition become false. Okay, so click on the step into button. Again the condition is true, and we shall see another hello world to be printed here, and the value of a has become 3. Okay, step into. So here you can see hello world. So from a is equal to 3, it shall be a is equal to 4. Now you can see a is equal to 4, and hello world should be printed when I press again the step into. Yes, you can see here. So similarly you can do it, and your program is halted now because the condition become false with a is equal to 5, and then the loop was terminated, and ultimately our program becomes terminated. Okay, so we have seen 3 hello words on the screen. So guys, you have seen here that how can you debug actually your system, your program, your application program, by just putting a breakpoint here in front of any statement, C++ statement, and then you click on the local Windows debugger, and just in neighbor of this button you will see the step into button through which you can execute each and every line separately. Okay, now I want to see where our code is reside. Actually, you can also click on the this tab, or the right click on this tab. Okay, and click on the open containing folder. So you will see here. Okay, good. You can see here the full project, but you just need to come back. Okay, so this is actually the console application 2 is our application that we have just created. Okay, so inside this folder there are 3 folders you can see, and one is the solution, the project file that actually has been used for by the Visual Studio. So in console application folder we can see here the CPP file. This is our CPP file. If you click on this and edit it, you can see the whole coding along with comments that was that we have already seen in our Visual Studio here. This is the whole coding that we have done in we have coded in our CPP file. Okay, so if you want to see your exe file, so come back and click on the debug folder, and here you can see the console application, the .exe that has been created. So this is actually all software. Okay, if you can if you double click this one, so you will see the output. Okay, for now we cannot see it because there is no cin or get character here. So let's declare integer a and cin a. Now just compile it. Okay, so this is waiting for a character. Okay, so the exe file has been updated. So come back to the exe file here and just double click it. Now we can see our software or program, the output of program here. So click on it's actually this program is waiting for the user input here. So you can give an input and it will be disappear. Your program will become hard. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you will download the Visual Studio and you will enjoy a lot of facilities of the Visual Studio that actually helps you to write a very sophisticated code in a very limited time. Thank you.